the inspiration that brought us back. In 2004, my mother sold us a portion of the family farm that I was raised in. It's south in the Milan, Illinois area. So I started this venture in 2004. I had the blessing of knowing Kim Johanson in Cedar Falls. That was my hometown at that point. His writings were an inspiration to me. Some of the other inspirations were Booker T. Whatley in the 70s wrote a blueprint. It was a book on how to make $100,000 on 25 acres. I don't need to make $100,000, but he set forth blueprints that actually are being followed today. Rachel Griffith has known me for a number of years, and we didn't know when we first met where this was going to lead. Where it's going to lead came about in 2008 when I met Gary. And you just have to hang on because the ride is fantastic. If he does not have the idea, I will have the idea, or we turn it over to these great students who have made my farming operation a possibility. We took it upon ourselves to decide we were going to change the face of agriculture. When I first started to get to know Gary, a lot of my friends and associates out in the community are conventional farmers, and I kept telling myself, I don't want to attack conventional farming. I'm changing my attitude on that. It's time for us to change agriculture as we see it today. We need to go away from the petrol-based agri-system that we have in the United States today that is not growing food. They're growing fuel to feed our cars. The average farmer in the 70s was producing food for 34 families. I defy almost every farmer in Iowa or Illinois to tell me if they fed anyone. They don't sell any meat. They don't sell any produce. They sell corn and soybeans, and it's either going to biodiesel or ethanol, and that does not put food on our plate. So I've just changed my mind, and I'm becoming very rabid. These students that come out to my farm and bless me with the fruits of their labors, because without them I wouldn't be where we are, have convinced me that change is possible within my lifetime. I'm 57 years old, and I will not wait to see it change for the next generation. I'm going to be a part of it. A year ago, Gary asked for us to bring in different produce farmers. The one thing that really plagues farmers is they're very poor marketers. I spent a number of years as a salesman on the road, and I learned how to sell. I learned how to be effective in what I think needs to be done for the farmers. So I have 4 other associates to come in here and bring produce into this operation. Well, that alone in itself won't support 4 or 5 farms. So Gary and I went and we spoke with several distributors of food systems in this area. We had one who signed on, and he signed on late, but he stepped up to the plate, and that's Jerry Moore from Lafredo's. When you want to look at a person who's wanting to make a change, Jerry put his money where his mouth is, and he's buying from one of our producers. We're setting the example of what it can be, and we're not going to accept what it has been. It just cannot happen that way. When we can make the effective changes we have had here at Augustana College in the short time that we have been friends, and I tell you, this is more than a business association. This is my best friend now, and I can tell you it doesn't stem from money. It stems from having a vision that is unified. I make enough money for my wife and I to be happy. It's a lifestyle that we've chosen. I'm going to have students, we're building an apartment in our basement so we can share that living experience with students as they go through this. Each summer we'll have 1, 2, or possibly 3 interns on our farm. We have just begun to make changes here at Augustana College, and I can tell you with the energy that these students have, it will not be bridled in any way. We will go forward. I have a marvelous partnership with Jason Peters and Charlie Mahaffey that started something. Wait till you see the things we're starting to change out there. We look at some of the different societies across the world and we can learn from them rather than ignoring them and thinking the United States is infallible. We learn from the societies that are doing different things than us. In the northern latitudes of China, they're raising produce in greenhouses 12 months of the year. Why can't we do that here? So we're taking those pictures that we've seen from professors. If you know our farm, it's not a level farm, it's a lot of rolling hills. We're instituting their technology, modifying it to accept some of our technology, and we should be able to see an 80% reduction in